If you can't get excited, there's something wrong.
It's a special feeling to know that you made it to another season and you could have a chance to be a part of something special.
Still get the goosebumps. You know, you still get them up until the first play of the game.
Talk is over. You know, you can only talk about how good somebody can be on paper. Now you got to go out and show it.
And football is in the air. The Dome quiet tonight. Tomorrow it'll be rocking. The Rams about to kick off another season. The Rams and Panthers coming up at noon tomorrow inside the Edward Jones Dome. And welcome to Rams Kickoff Special. I'm Martin Kilcoyne. For the next half hour, we'll run through the Rams roster, talk about the key players and the key positions. Scott Linehan hoping that everything clicks in year two.
Need to take a real good step at making a lot of improvements with the new pieces we have to our team, and find ways to utilize the talent that we've added and continue to grow and do those things. I don't really know where it's going to go. I think we can do exceptional things if we put our mind to it, though.
The offense expected to be high-powered. Mark Bulger, the trigger man, signed the richest contract in franchise history last season, a Pro Bowl season. Over 4,300 yards passing, 24 touchdowns, just 8 interceptions. But before he faces that Panthers front seven, Bulger has been facing the question, can this offense, after a quiet summer, come out firing?
You know, we had a couple chances this summer so far, and we haven't been very good, but there's been many times in the past where we've struggled for quarters and halves, and you know, we're really good at making adjustments, and I hope we don't have to make too many this game, but you know, I know Steven's ready, and he's been looking great, and I'm anxious to see what he's going to do.
And as we run through the roster, we note the quarterbacks won't take long. There's only two. Bulger and his backup, Gus Frerotte, the veteran Frerotte, only 3 passes thrown a year ago. He was very sharp in the preseason. With my sidekicks here inside a quiet dome tonight, Rob Desir and Brian Burwell alongside. And Burwell, just 2 quarterbacks. Is that a risk?
That is a risk. It's a minimal risk, because if you are ending up with those 2 guys out of the lineup, then you're in trouble anyway, Martin. I mean, if you're going to be playing with those guys without those 2 guys, you're in big trouble.
And the key to it all, Rob, is keeping Bulger healthy. That's number one.
Absolutely. You want to keep your main starting quarterback healthy. Of course, they had some health issues on the offensive line, which is why Bulger was sacked 49 times last season. That's the 3rd highest in franchise history. Obviously, they're going to stress making sure Bulger stays on his feet, keeps that jersey clean this season. At
receiver, the Rams are led by number 81, Torrey Holt, coming off his 5th Pro Bowl appearance. Torrey Holt over 1,000 yards receiving again last year. He was the fastest in NFL history to reach 10,000 yards, 10 touchdowns in 06. He has been slowed a bit in camp after offseason knee surgery. That's another question. Will he be 100%? Torrey says, don't put a number on it. The receiving core led by the dynamic duo Holt and Bruce. Isaac entering year 14 in the league. Marcus Higgins, one of the stories of the preseason, also among that core. Drew Bennett, the big target, battling a quad injury. He may not play in tomorrow's opener. It's a game-time decision. Dane Looker back for another year. And Dante Hall. Hall looking for a fresh start. The former Chief with 11 career touchdowns on both kicks and punts, looking for more in 07.
If I can get it out to the 30 to 40, especially with the kind of offense that we have, that's a plus. But my mindset is always take it to the house. I mean, yeah, it's good that you get it to the 50 to 40, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to score. So if I can, I like to score every time I touch it.
And a season goal for the Rams is to, in fact, punch it into the end zone more often, be more effective when they're in the red zone. Enter a tight end with 283 career receptions. Randy McMichael in St. Louis after 5 years with the Dolphins.
It really feels like rookie year all over again, first game. Trying to just reprove myself, but you know, I'm so excited, just like I was that day. You know, it's coming, man. I woke up this morning just like I did yesterday at 5 o'clock in the morning, like, come on, here we get here Sunday. But I'm just really excited.
And a lot of folks saw the moment in Oakland. You were upset on the sidelines. They should just know, though, that you're an intense competitor. Is that fair to say?
Yes, I'm very intense. My wife told me I get 1 a year, and I use that one up, so I can't get mad anymore.
No, I think the fans like it. I mean, as long as you're mad, hey, we're not doing well, they want you to be mad.
But, you know, I got to handle it
within reason, right?
I got to handle it a better way. Like I said, she gives me 1 a year, and I use it kind of early. You know, I usually try to wait like week 10 or week 11 to use it, but you know, we're just going to go out, you know, and I'm just going to try and keep my composure and go out. But when something needs to be said, I'm going to say it.
The Rams keeping 4 tight ends on the final roster. McMichael, along with last year's starter Joe Kloffenstein, Aaron Walker, and Dominique Byrd. Now, keep in mind, Ernie Conwell could be joining this group in the coming weeks. Randy McMichael says one outburst. His wife actually said that, and he already had it in Oakland, but he cares.
He does care. And he cares. Not only does he care, his grandmother cares. He told me that his grandmother was so concerned about his lack of involvement in the offense during the preseason. She says, "Baby, does that coach like you?" And he says, "Grandma, it's going to be all right. When the season comes out, they'll see a lot more involvement of this tight end in the offense."
And for Mark Bulger, Rob, another weapon. They really haven't had a great receiving tight end probably since Conwell, I guess.
Absolutely. I mean, Ernie Conwell, we loved this guy when he was here. And then the Rams went through their shares of different kind of tight ends. It just never really worked out. And, of course, Scott Linehan, his relationship with Randy McMichael from their days in Miami seems like it's going to be a perfect fit for his system. Randy McMichael knows the system. Right now he's a little frustrated, but as the season goes on, he knows it's a little
better. What about Roland Williams,
And Graham was frustrated. I'm going to get a text from Roland Williams saying, "What about me?" All right, time to burn.
Before my time.
Our first time out here. Coming up, Steven Jackson. What can he do for an encore?
It's totally gone. Last year is gone. You know, anyone could be a one-hit wonder. Now you want to consistently do it year in and year out.
Plus, this year's number 1, Adam Carricker, the Husker, trying to live up to the hype. Rams kickoff special rolls on right here on your home of the Rams.